Oh, I love trash.
Dumpster cans. Mama Cat, don't worry, I'm reorganizing. I wanted to get you guys closer. Mama Cat is making her dumpster ham. Hubby went and got the pineapple slices and the cornstarch, the little items that I needed this morning. The only thing he was not able to get for me was the bags. So I gotta, just do it the old-fashioned way. Put it in the pan and add water and baste it constantly, which I'm okay with that because it honestly does give the ham more of a browner, and it makes the house smell of the ham. So I already washed my hands. I have everything set up and out for the ham. I'm gonna do them in pretty much like little chapters. We're gonna do the ham first, and then I'll get set up to do the one of the other sides, probably the green bean casserole. I'll get that set up because that'll be easy, and then we'll just move on from that. I'm gonna set this here. I will change my towel once I am done. I already washed my sink out and used my cleaner and cleaned it all out before I even started. Let's make sure that water is cold. There we go. All I pretty much do is give a rinse on the ham. Hubby already smelled it, said it smelled good. This is the bone-in ham. It was 8 pounds. Nice ham. It was what I had scored from the Aldi's, which goes up on Saturday. So you guys have already seen that. I scored this one and the one I gave to Crystal. Let me go dry my hands real fast. And hubby smelled it. They smell good. They look good. They are, really, really nice hams. Got my cutting board set up so that it's not either on my counter or on the towel, obviously. Little Tig. He's been in. He was in all night last night. Don't mind my garbage. Oh, sorry, honey. Let me see if I can get you this way. You keep following me around. He's under feet. Sorry for the movement of the camera. He's under feet and on the table. That's not cans of beer. I know it's red, white. That's my cream and mushroom soup for my, because thankfully hubby remembered that I used the cans of cream and mushroom soup up for the pork chops I did the one day. So he remembered this morning, thankfully. But he went through and made sure, double checked the list and everything, made sure that I didn't forget anything. That smells really good. No stench to it, nothing. Now I sear my ham so that when I put my rub on it, it gets down into the ham. And my mother did it. I learned my cooking from my mom, so. Ooh, bone. I'm so used to, I try not to get the bone in the ham because I don't have, I'm not a big bean person, so the ham bone goes to waste. So, I normally do like the Spyro or the ones that, don't have the big old bones in them. But free is free, so I ain't complaining. Let me get my... There's no sense to wash my hands right now because I'm going to be spreading my mustard and my brown sugar onto my ham. But I'm going to pause you guys. So I will be washing my hands between this, but if you were doing it now, you would not, because all you're going to do is move your ham into your pan, set it over here, put your brown sugar and so let me use my knuckle, pause you guys real fast, and get set up. It's a tight fit. It fits in there nicely, but it is a tight fit. Now, I always take and spread my mustard right onto the ham first. I do it because that's the way my mother showed me, and I honestly like it that way. It gives it the tanginess, and then you add the brown sugar on top of it. I do, you know, I cook how I was shown, and my mother was an amazing cook. So, alright, and this is the reason I already had the brown sugar into an easily dumpable container so I don't have somebody take offense to the way that I cook. I'm not a chef, I'm experimental. I just like to show you guys what I do with the food. You gotta go out? You're gonna have to give me a second, honey. Did you guys hear him? Alright, I'm coming. Hang on, kittens. You gotta go out. Come on. Go on. Good boy. He's just like a dog, I swear to goodness. I used the hand that I'm, dumping the mixture to open the door. Not the hand that honestly had the brown sugar and that on it. But little Tig, he'll let you know when he's got to go out. I don't know why, but I guess the neighbor across the street, because she was friends with the people. In fact, I guess she went, after they moved out and left the cat here, she went over to their house and had words with them, I guess. But she was telling us that they didn't have a litter box for him. He never had a litter box. So the one time he messed on the floor, and that's when they kicked him out. So he would let them know when he had to go to the bathroom. Well, so that's what he does for us. He mews, and it's just so weird. He was in overnight last night. He's never messed on the floor or nothing. I have the litter box. I've put him in it, like you do with your kittens. You put them in it, and you take their paws, scratch it in their litter, so that they can understand, oh, I'm supposed to, go there. But he hasn't used it since I've gotten it. But it does kind of, like I was saying, does kind of make sense, he's never had one before. But he hasn't, had no accidents, nothing. And I would smell that. That's something that you can honestly smell. I'm going to have to put that in a bag. Those did not want to cooperate. Cat urine is just one of the strongest scents that there is. And you can tell as soon as they do it, even if it's only once. Until you clean it and everything, I was mainly meaning that we would know if he's if he's had an accident in here, and he has not yet. But I'm really hoping that it picked up him mewing. And not the growling of the Minecraft dog in the background. I had my Minecraft up while I was, because I already got today's video up. So I did go out last night. I got a couple items. I got a nice pantry score. Sneaky listen, anyways. I did get a nice pantry score, or blessing box score. So blessing box, pantry, pretty much this same meaning, different word. So, and all I'm doing is taking my pineapples and adding them as far as I can, all the way up the ham. I thought something got in. It sounded like I was dying. On my game. Alright. And this last one, I'll double it right on top. Oops. Double it right on top. There we go. The other couple I'll eat. And I do put my pineapple juice down in the bottom of the pan. Ooh, I got 3 pineapple rings left. Nice. I know I could put them on the top, but I'm gonna eat those. I love pineapple. I'm a pineapple fanatic. I do have to add more water into the bottom of my pan. One, for roasting, and 2, I'll do the ham gravy the way Mama taught me how to do it. And I'll show you. So I always do, even when I put the bag in, I still add water in the for my ham. I do, because of the juice. I want some of the juice. I do either the pineapple and add a little bit of the water in it, just because if you don't, it's just going to be a little tart, in my opinion. So now the ham is ready to go in. I really wish I would have remembered to preheat the oven, but that is, me, I don't remember. I am going to put a tin foil over it for now, for the first couple hours, just so that it does not get dried out. Nothing worse than dried out ham. So I am going to tin foil it and set it up, but I will be back with you with the next side dish, and we're going to put the ham in the oven at 350 until I think it's done. I think it's going to be cooking roughly like 2-3 hours. Ham doesn't cook as long as turkey, so. Alright, kittens, I'll catch you in the next side dish. Welcome back, kittens. I have everything set up. Hands are freshly washed. I'm going to open my cans of green beans. I figured this one was the easiest one to do next, because after that I gotta peel the potatoes and that, and I'm not, you guys have seen, people peel potatoes and that. The mashed potatoes I'm not gonna do. The sweet potatoes, the yams, when I fry them up and everything, I'll get it set up like this, and so that you can watch me do that, because that's the first time I'm ever gonna do the sweet potatoes. And everything for the sweet potatoes, except for the brown sugar. The yams came from the dumpster. Everything except for the mushroom soup for the green bean casserole came from the dumpster. The 2 cans of green beans came from the Dollar Tree up in my upper area. The organic, gluten-free, non-GMO French fried onions came from Aldi's. Normally, I'm scrounging around trying to find the French fried onions, and this year I got them early, thankfully. So we're gonna drain out all the liquid out of the cans. I already did that one and I did not remember. Now we're going to put our green beans into the pan. And remember, I'm an experimental cook. I do not claim to be a professional cook. There was another one. Where did it go? There it is. And yes, I know this is a rice spoon, but it's easier to mix. Hubby got 2 cans, so he said they were the last 2 cans. He had to go to 5 different stores just to get the mushroom soup, the cornstarch, the potato masher, the whisk. I did have him grab me up a baster too, because I did not have a baster. He has to grab me milk when he comes back, because I told him, I said, well, we don't use a lot of milk, so just grab one of the dollar ones at Dollar Tree when you go there to grab the other stuff. Yeah, no, they didn't even have no milk. In fact, the only thing he was able to get at Dollar Tree was the baster and the potato masher. He had to get the whisk at Dollar General. He went to Dollar Tree, Family Dollar, and Dollar General this morning. He went shopping at all of my favorite stores. Well, he missed all these, but I went out last night deliberately hoping to find some, pies and sweets and treats and that for today, but I didn't find any. I was really upset. So we don't have no pies today. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do with those strawberries, though. Maybe I'll see if he can find some, strawberry shortcake. Because he's got to grab me milk anyway, so. Oh, good, I don't have to add no. So I can just rinse these out then. That is really creamy. I'm going to add part of the french fried onions into my mixture, and then halfway through it, when it's got the 10 to 15 minutes left, I will, I'll finish rinsing those out when I'm off cam. The water sound annoys me, so I'm pretty sure it annoys somebody else. Halfway, when it's got the 10 to 15 minutes, I'll show you guys that I add the rest of it on top, and so that was like half the can, almost. Let me see. When did that show? Oh, okay, that did show. Good. I'm recording on one of the dumpster phones that I found. I actually can use it at the house and everything. Well, damn, that was a nice chunk too. I can use them at the house for recording, or when the blessing box that I did last time was on the other dumpster phone that I had found. So I found 2 within the past month. It was honestly like back to back, like within a week. So it was really nice. Now I got 2 extras. This one here actually is a phone with 32 gigs on it. It's a really decent phone. It's a TCL. I mean, I don't know how the quality of the videos is, but it looks pretty good from what I see as I'm recording it. And I do smush it down, just so that it's evenly in there and everything's all mixed together nicely. Like I said, I will tin foil it so that it sits covered until after the ham's done, but at least it's done. It's pre-cooked, or pre-made, so I don't have to worry about that. I'll rinse that off before I put it in my... So, this was one of the easier side dishes to mix together. Again, I used the 2 cans of Green Giant cut green beans I got from Dollar Tree or Dollar General, one of the two. I do remember the organic French fried onions came from Aldi's, and hubby bought the cream of mushroom soup. So this side dish technically is 75%. Is it 1, 2, 3? 33% dumpster side dish. Not bad. Alright, kittens. I will catch you when I do the next side dish, which will be the sweet potatoes. Welcome back, kittens. I figured I would show you me basting the ham. Oh, wait. Alright. I forgot I was watching videos. I have it mainly playing in the background for background noise, and I forgot to pause it. So I'm basting my ham. It's already got a nice little, getting nice and toasty here. Let me see if I can add a little extra light, because I don't have enough light in this corner. Sorry, kittens. There. Alright, that's better. We'll baste this up nicely. I just put my potatoes on. Hubby's over at Mom's house helping caulk around the tub and getting that all sealed up, and so he's over there working on his day off. Like a good son should. Help his mama get their house ready. Get it fixed back up from the last tenant that was in there that pretty much destroyed it. They're not going to run it out this time though, so they're getting it ready so that when pastor's done, because Pop is the minister out at the church, so when he says God's, finished with them and done with, when he's done preaching, they'll need a place to stay. So they'll be moving back into Mom's house. Because he's been a minister even before, when he was married to his first wife, before she passed. Because Pops and Mom are both widows that got remarried. Something's down in the bottom of my... Hang on, kittens. And that's why I don't like anybody cooking in my kitchen, because hubby spilled something down in the bottom of my burner and did not clean it out. So now I have to clean that out before I can... My potatoes will have to go on the back burner. But Mom and Pops are both widows. They remarried. But both of them were widowers before they got remarried. Their grandpa long passed quite a few years ago, and then I'm not sure when Pops' wife passed, but they both married in their, I believe Mom was in her 50s and he was in his 70s when they got remarried. I believe that's how it went. Maybe I'm off on the time because, me and time frames don't cooperate. All right, I got to clean my stove so I can... I'll be back with you, kittens. Love you. Welcome back, kittens. I have my can of sweet potatoes. I have roughly about a cup, maybe a little bit over, of brown sugar. I'm going to, not the front, the back, put it on 3. I'm going to put my stick of butter that I got out of the dumpster. I still have some of that butter left. Not much, I'm actually running low on it. Put my butter right down in my pan. And I did wash my hands before I started the video. I had to rinse out and dry out my, I'm cleaning off the lid of my, I had to clean out my measuring cup again so that I had it for the brown sugar again. Going to drain the juice of the sweet potatoes or yams. Not all of it, almost all of it though. I wonder if I do have another can. Hang on, kittens. I did. I had gotten 2 cans of sweet potatoes out of the dumpsters. I'm honestly not sure which dumpsters I got these out of. I do not remember. I'm thinking it was a Dollar General though. Drain out most of the juice. My baster keeps... Alright, we got that. Now we're... Oh, put that right down in the sink this time. So my potatoes are sitting there boiling. I got my sweet potatoes in the back. I'm going to add the brown sugar. Probably turn that up just a little bit. I will mix that all in when it gets melted a little. I know, all I did was just dump it in there. I'm going to mix it all up. Again, I'm using my rice spatula. I'm just gonna, push it down in for right now until it cooks down some, and then I will, once the butter gets melted nicely, I'll mix it in, and when it does, I'll be back with you, so hang on, kittens. I'm going to attempt to mix it some. The butter is melted a little bit more. So we're going to sit here and gently fold your yams over on top of the brown sugar. Trying not to lose any of your butter out onto the bottom of your stove and make a complete mess. I'm going to turn that up because I want it to candy-like, so I do want it to sit there and boil. I wish my lid wasn't being used for my potatoes. I can honestly rinse that off and use that now. Alright, I'll be right back with you, kittens. Alright, I washed off my lid. I'm putting it on that. We want that to boil really, really good and to thicken up and to actually get thick. I said what I wanted to. I said thicken up. So, I said exactly what I meant to say. I just didn't realize I was saying what I wanted to say. So, alright, let's get and baste that ham. 1 second, kittens. It makes it easier if I pull you back so that you're not jittering around. I wonder if I'll catch my pot holder on fire again. The burner's really, really close, and I'm so afraid I'm gonna hit my hands on the lid of the, because this doesn't slide out the greatest. It literally does not slide out the best. It really stinks. Alright, let's take off the tin foil. put that right there for now. Get my baster. And let's baste this ham. It smells really, really good. The juice down in the bottom is actually a nice, not tan color, but it's got a nice yellowish tint to it, so it's got a nice little color. It should make a really amazing gravy. And thankfully, hubby was able to get the cornstarch so I can make the gravy. It turns out really lumpy if I use flour. Yes, I like basting my ham well. You should get every inch, front, back, the sides, just so it stays nice and moist. You can tell by the way that the ham's starting to separate where I sliced it. Alright, let me get you down closer so you can actually see that. I'm going to take you off the... Hang on. Alright, you can see where the ham's starting to separate from where I sliced it. It's looking really, really good. Let me try to get you over on this side. Show you this side of the ham. I don't know why I keep saying ham, or turkey. I know I flipped you over. And it's a really, really good looking ham. It's cooking nicely. I'm going to leave the foil off now. Let it get a little darker, because that's pretty much done. I want my juice to get a little more darker, is what I'm wanting. Hang on, kittens. This way that my ham gravy is, stronger and juicier. It's never hard to slide it in, just always hard to slide it out. Alright, our sweet potatoes are back there boiling. I know, I moved you. Let's get you set up. Pull this forward. I'm going to remove the rest of that butter because I don't think I'm going to need it. I'm going to put it in my pan there, or my measuring cup, just in case I do need it, but I don't think I will. This now has to simmer and cook down quite a bit. So we're going to leave it back there, and we're going to let that boil and go to town. Because I want them to candy a little. I don't want them to be too soupy, but I want them to be nice and thick and have like a candied on them. So we're going to let that sit there and boil. The potatoes are boiling. Let me see if they're anywhere near done. I don't think they should be. Find my little... I did reorganize my, almost. They're like half done, so. Alright, kittens, when I do something else, I'll record again. Welcome back, kittens. My potatoes are done. I'm going to drain them. So I'm going to move you over to the sink. Grab my potatoes. Set my pan up here. I will not cook them in my, I don't want to set that right up on that. Let me grab one of my pot holders. I won't mix it in my pan. My pan's brand new, so I have my bowl. And remember I said I washed and cleaned my sink earlier, scrubbed it down. Put my potatoes in there. Hubby is not back yet. So honestly, sorry I'm moving you while I'm talking. I'm gonna have to use the box milk that I got from Dollar Tree. And so this one's gonna be a complete dumpster meal. My hands were just freshly washed. I'm going to stir my sweet potatoes, turn off my front burner. They're starting to simmer really good and caramel. Oh, too much. Oh no. I'm gonna have to turn them babies down. They're caramelizing a little too much. Alright, turn them down. They are actually caramelizing really, really nicely. I can probably turn them down to a low simmer now so that they do not burn anymore. Let's turn you back over here. My brand new masher that hubby bought me at Dollar Tree today. We're gonna mash the butter down on top of it. We're doing this old style because I don't have a hand mixer. And honestly, it doesn't bother me mashing them this way, mixing them with the mixer. This actually is good for my shoulders and that, because I don't do a lot of kneading and that. That's why I've kept a lot of those balls that I've gotten from those squishy balls and that I've gotten from Five Below. I've kept them just to help with the strengthening of the hands and that, because, you know, muscle damage and weakness in the shoulders, and it honestly has helped. And it's good on the anxiety too. Just sitting there squeezing it, not paying no attention, you know, I get lost in it. It helps with my anxiety a lot, thankfully. So those potatoes are nice and mashed up. I'm gonna let that butter melt a little bit longer, just so it melts in. I like butter tasting potatoes. And as I said, I got my whole milk from the Dollar Tree. We'll be using that because hubby's not home in time. I've never used box milk before, so honestly, the whole time I worked there, I never honestly used it. Let me grab out my spoon. Set that behind there. Make sure my butter's completely pretty much melted. Yes, it is. Almost. Let's mix it in there. Once you add the milk, it's gonna, you know, like, cool it down some, so. And I prefer more, because of the dairy issues and that, I don't use a lot of milk. That's why I use more butter to make my potatoes creamy. And I mean, these are pretty much creamy, but I'm gonna put a little bit of milk in there just to make them a little creamier. And as I'm doing this, let's not forget about these over here. We don't want them to get any more burnt. Hopefully the milk is not in the view. And they're not really burnt. They do have a nice little brown layer on them, and they do have a nice little crispiness to them. But for me, I'd say those are done, and those are perfect. Let's come back to the potatoes, finish mixing them now with the milk. And then I have another stick of butter. I will cut it into slices, put it on top of the potatoes, let it melt into the potatoes with the salt and pepper on top. That's nice and mashed up good for me. Like I said, I'm going to add more butter on top, so and a little bit of salt, not too much. What did I do with my stick of butter? Oh, I just put it in there. I only have one out. Don't mind my light. It's got a plug. If it pulls down, it shuts off. Alright, let me get this butter cut up and I will add it on. Hang on, kittens. Alright, and then we just obviously put the pads of butter right on top. And our dumpster mashed potatoes are complete. One more. We'll add our salt and pepper. I hate it when hubby puts the lid down on the pepper. Add our pepper. And a little bit of salt. And there we go. Our dumpster mashed potatoes are complete. I'll see you when I start the next project. Alright, kittens, we're gonna pull the ham out, set it up over here so that I can take the juice out and put it in there and get my green bean casserole in the oven. That thing's not light, so don't laugh. Alright. I'll put my timer on for 20 minutes. Put my green bean casserole in the oven. Sorry for the movement. So now we're going to take the juice from the juice from the ham and transfer it and put it into the pan. This is going to be so much fun to watch. Let's see how much juice I can slop out. Hopefully not too much. It is a nice caramel color. It should make a nice gravy. Oh, I forgot to save some of my potato water. If you use your potato water, it's an automatic starch, so it helps thicken up the gravy naturally. And I never used to do it until about about 5 years ago, when I had watched somebody else do it. And I was like, ooh, what are you doing with your potato water? And they're like, oh, I'm putting it in to help naturally thicken up the gravy. And I was like, oh, well, that's good to know. So we're going to save use as much of this as possible to make as much gravy as possible. I love ham gravy. I like turkey gravy, but I'm more of a ham person than I am a turkey person. which is weird because I do like chicken, and I like chicken breast, which I know most people say is the driest part of the chicken, which it can be if you don't cook it properly. So, and I think that's why I don't really care for turkeys, because they take so long to cook, and I'm really more of a white meat person. I don't care for the dark meat, which is where the most juice is in your dark meat. So yes, I know, I am confusing and complicated. I can be very, very complicated. I'm almost able to save all the juice. And that's going to be a nice amount of gravy. I'll leave that right there. I'm going to have to cover that up. Yes, I do have a... Let me turn this on to get this boiling. I do have a... it's not an actual tray, but it's a plate nonetheless, so I'll get the pineapples and that off. And then when hubby gets home, he can cut it up if it is not cut up before then. Oh, Crystal's outside. I can hear her hollering at Gustavo. He must be trying to eat the cat food again. Set it right then and there, because I don't think I need it anymore anyway, so take all my toothpicks out. I'm going to put that in the microwave. Woo! Woo! Oh my, excuse me. I'm glad that I faced it away. Like I was attempting to say, I'm going to put this in the microwave. That's going to sit there. I'm going to wrap that. Hubby's going to carve that when he gets home. Actually, I'll transfer it on top of my microwave over there next to the potatoes so that it's out of the way. The green bean casserole's in. As soon as that's done, then I'll put my biscuit. Well, I'm not putting my biscuits in until hubby gets here. I'm not having cold biscuits. So, but I am still, doing the gravy up, and once it comes to a boil and I get ready to add the cornstarch in that, I will show you how I make the mixture up, and we will continue from there. Alright, my ham sauce is boiling nicely. So I already put my hot water. I use hot water, hot faucet water. No, you're not falling on me. And then I pour in some cornstarch. Normally I do it the other way around, and I'll start with the cornstarch and add hot water. But I'm going to do it backwards today for some reason. Let me make sure there we go. And you'll want to make sure this has a nice thickening to it, because that's what you're using to thicken up your gravy. And I got cornstarch on my pot holder. So we're going to use this, stir it up. I'm not sure how to tell how thick it is. It should be like a nice milky color with a little bit of thickness in it, in the mixture itself, before you pour it into your gravy, or into your... I make such a mess. I am not a professional. I am a slob when it comes to stuff like this. Alright. So we're going to take this and make sure the camera, it would have been fine, but I'm still going to move it over a little. And then you slowly add some in, stir it up, let it come back to a boil. This way you can tell how thick it's going to be. This is the way I do it. This way it gives it time to interact with it, it mixes with it, it brings it back to a boil. So when you add your next point in, it won't take so long. And honestly, that's probably going to be thick enough. I didn't need as much as I normally do. Maybe I'm going to start mixing in that way instead of how I normally do it. This actually worked a lot better for me. I think this is one of the best gravies that I've made. Let's turn that down now to about a 3. I want to check I don't have a ladle, but I do have a nice soupish spoon, so that works. Let's see. Oh, that is perfect. We can actually turn that all the way down to a low simmer. Wow. That's actually perfect, kittens. That's the best batch of gravy I've made yet. So, for a nice hint, as we just seen, it works nicely to have the hot water and then add in your cornstarch. Or if you use the flour method like hubby does, use the flour and add it in then. I am going to try this. Ooh, it's got a nice ham taste to it. Oh, that's going to be really good. We're going to let that sit. And like I said, it's down on low. It's just to keep it hot. Where's my little... I'll use a lid for now, because I have to clean this up now. Empty that out. Put that, rinse your cup out of any cornstarch mix. Alright, when the green beans are done, which they should be done here shortly, that timer should be going off, I'll record again. But that was the best batch of gravy I've made. And literally, as I finished cleaning up my, there's my timer. As I was finishing up cleaning my thing, I checked the timer and I was like, yeah, that's about to go off. So, we're just gonna pull this out. Where are my other pot holders? I just got... Here we are. I knew I had a couple more. Alright, well, one's good. I'll just set it down right on top of my towel. The other ones are on my microwave. Alright, we're gonna close this up. Hang on, kittens. Alright, I'm going to take the tin foil off. I'm going to stir it up, mix it up really well. Then we're going to add more green beans on it and put it back in the... Ooh, I may be putting it back in. That may not be... Let me grab mine. Oh, I got another one. I have 2 rice spoons. I don't even think this is... Yeah, it's warm, but not... I'm gonna have to put it back in for another 15 minutes. This is not ready yet. Alright, let's mix that back together and That is not ready yet. That will sit on top of that. Put our tin foil back on it. Alright, kittens, I'm gonna put that back in for another 15 minutes. So then the green bean casserole took roughly 25-35 minutes. Plus added time on top of that. I wonder if I'm going to turn my heat up on here a little. Alright, I'll be back with you, kittens. I'm going to pull the green bean casserole back out, set it over there, take it off, make sure that it's done enough, and add the French fried onions and put it back in. It cooked for 35 minutes total, so it should be hot enough now. Yeah, it's starting to boil now, so that's perfect. Save that for when it's done. I haven't heard from hubby, so he's still over there doing whatever he needs to be doing to help Mom out. So we'll put this back in now after I sprinkle the green onions, French fried green onions. And these will cook until they're nice and toasty. Come on, sprinkle on that. There we go. Move them around, make sure that it's got enough on each section. Now we will put this back in the oven. Were you guys able to? Yeah, you were able to see that. We're going to put this back in the oven for probably about 15 minutes. Just to make sure that it's nice and toasty. Alright, kittens. Dinner's almost done. And this is the final product. Hubby's finally home. I'm gonna sit down, eat with him. It was an awesome dinner. There's the mashed potatoes. I ended up cutting up the ham because hubby was late. We're gonna pray and we're gonna eat. So I hope you enjoyed this dumpster to table dinner. Over 75% of it was from the dumpster. Thanks for watching, kittens. If you liked this video, let me know. Click that like button down below. And if you're at all new to the channel and you are enjoying what you're seeing right here, right now, go ahead and consider subscribing and becoming one of my newest dumpster kittens. I love you, kittens. Have you ate any of it yet?
Some pineapple.
Oh, well, I know the ham's delicious. Me and little Tig,
I had a piece of that.
we had a bite of the ham. It's really juicy and moist and delicious, so. I hope you're having an amazing morning, noon, night, breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Whatever you're having, I hope you're having a blessed one. I love you, kittens. Enjoy. Thank you for watching. If you liked our scores tonight, let us know. Hit that like button down below. If you're new and you like what you see, consider joining our litter and become a dumpster kitten. We love you, kittens. Have a great day.